And you're very welcome back to the Lads Podcast. I'm Daragh.
And I'm a spaceman, an astronaut, who just came back from the moon.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot going on up in that moon, lads.
Here I thought you were Steve.
Well, I went up there, right? And
Are you still Steve?
I'm Steve, but I'm Steve the astronaut, okay?
As
Steve
opposed
Aldrin.
to... Okay,
opposed to
let me
what?
just get the context, like the kind of... I need the
that's cool, yeah.
a bit of world building.
Oh, yeah,
So...
cool.
Is Steve, like host of the Lads Podcast, different to Astronaut Steve? Are they different people?
It depends, boy. It depends because Steve actually fell into a black hole.
Oh, okay.
And when you fall into a black hole, well, let's not go spoiler alert. But that was, see what I did there? It'll all make sense later. So there's two Steves.
There's two Steves.
Depending. I'll get to it later when we get onto black holes.
And Revelations.
See what I mean?
The Muse album.
It will all make sense
later. We're doing
later.
a whole podcast on Muses. I think 2003 album, 2006 album,
7.
Black Holes and
I think
Revelations.
it was 7 AD, wasn't it? Or
It was, yeah.
8 BC.
Flatember the 4th. Aye.
Yeah.
What's the crack?
The 29th of February.
What's the crack?
Good. Sorry, that whole thing, it will make sense later.
Okay.
The crack is fucking good in Fricklewood, lad.
All right.
Do you know where Fricklewood is?
And how does that make you feel?
Yeah, do you know, pretty sad actually. Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about this Fricklewood. Is this a place you went as a child?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of sad times, you know.
Okay.
I'd like to not get into it though, if that's okay.
That's why we're here, Steve.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We're here to talk, aren't we?
We are.
And
Yes.
and just
get it all out
build
there.
ourselves up and get it all out.
We're going to get it out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Strip it down to the core.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. How are you, boy? Give me some bullshit. How was your week?
Yeah. My week was fine. No, it wasn't. I had a shit week.
Okay, I'll be sincere. How was your week? And then you can okay, my week was grand. Did a load of work on the back house. Painted.
We're nearly there, lads.
We are a few weeks. I was
Well,
painting.
Steve's nearly there because I'm not
Yeah.
going to live there.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed in. I won't be allowed in.
Oh, he's not fucking coming. Yeah, I was doing a load of painting in the back house. It was great fun. Well, it wasn't, but
Steve with the lies.
I you know, like a lot of people were saying, "Oh, I hate painting. Painting's crap," but I thought painting was fine. I thought it was kind of
Would
peaceful.
you consider a career in painting?
No.
Painting paintings.
No. Oh yeah.
Oil
that
on
would be
canvas.
different, yeah.
What do you think? Oil on canvas or
I'll
watercolors?
just roll the walls, man.
Oh,
You know, just do that on a canvas and be like, yeah,
roll the walls on a canvas. Very good.
the roller. Yes.
Well, look, you are very welcome back to the Lads Podcast. As you can clearly tell, this week's podcast is on space, the universe, and everything in between.
Clearly,
Obviously,
we made that clear, didn't we?
yeah, we did. Didn't we?
I think we did.
We did.
How was your week, though? We talk about both of our weeks
Oh,
first.
damn it! Dan nearly
Go
got
on.
away with it.
No.
Yeah, it was.
Never.
It was good. I had a good week.
That's the line, is it?
Is that it? That's the line.
Here, lads. Well done. Give it up for Daragh now. Good week for Daragh.
Yeah.
Well done, Daragh.
So, actually, before we get stuck in, I wanted to just talk about the future of the Lads Podcast. You know, so when we started out, we were like, this is just going to go fucking indefinitely. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Alas. So we've been talking over the last few weeks, and...
We're sick of you. We're sick of it. No, I'm joking.
No, we're not. We're not in the slightest.
No, not at all.
But the thing is, you notice the start of every week. How's your week? Oh, fucking exhausting, busy. And
It's become a trend, hasn't it?
when we set out to start the podcast, we wanted it to be fairly research heavy, in which we would pick a topic, go off and do a load of research, come up with some hot takes and all this crack and chat about it, and you know, it would all come together.
Yeah, with our...
But what we've noticed, you see, as the weeks have gone on, is that we're struggling to get the kind of research end of it done, because I work essentially 2 jobs. Look, we did a whole career on... we did a whole career. Look, we did a whole podcast on careers, so if you want to know exactly what you do, have a listen to that. But look, I have 2 jobs and 3 me. Steve has his job building a back house, and you've actually started college, which,
Yes.
Congratulations, brother.
Thanks, bud.
We find ourselves like kind of nearly struggling every week to get the topic research, and it's never to the extent that we want at the end of the day. Nearly last minute, kind of not phoning it in, but you know yourselves. And you know, we've been kind of saying, like, are we going to be providing the best quality podcast in the long run? And look, we're not doubting ourselves, but it's a question worth asking because we are incredibly busy. Okay, so there's good news, and it's not bad news, but it's different news. The good news is...
So we have some not good news, not bad news. We have different news.
Exactly.
This is great.
Shit sandwich, man.
Keep going. I love this.
The good news is we like podcasting and we don't want to stop doing it. And what we kind of wanted to start doing is, look, there's constant creative itches. And Steve and I have been having conversations like, look, what else can we do as well as just our weekly chat show? Because that's what it is. I mean, maybe there's types of content we can make, podcasts, shows, whatever, that are kind of more sustainable, easier to make, maybe not video orientated, and maybe and maybe more accessible to a wider audience. And look, these are conversations we're having, and we're kind of thinking about it. So the different news, we're going to come back to the good news, don't worry. So the indifferent, is that what I called it? Different news?
Different news, yeah.
So the different news is we've kind of agreed, we're talking about that this is actually going to be seasonal. We can't keep it running indefinitely for years to come.
I think it would be more productive for us to have it seasonal, yeah.
We'll give you plenty of notice and go, okay, in X amount of weeks, we're going to end season 1 of the Lads podcast, take a few weeks off, and then come back to season 2, whatever form that may be.
And we'll have done a lot more research then and a lot more planning in those weeks off. So, it's only a few weeks, lads. You'll be grand, like, you know?
Yeah, but
you'll survive, like, you know.
But back to the good news as well. So while we're taking this kind of, seasonal break from the Lads podcast, this very specific format, that's when we will be piloting other ideas. And what that basically means is, like a TV show, you pilot it, the pilot episode, the first episode, it's essentially you try it out. And if people don't like it, you don't make it.
In the bin.
In the bin. It goes in the bin.
Everyone, and the actors, the cast, the crew, all in the bin.
They're all killed.
They're all literally slaughtered.
Yeah, so you want your pilot to do well.
Pilot's got to do well, like,
But
we're getting into commentating sports programs now,
Yes.
That's the new thing. We're going to be commentating on
sports.
On the GA.
Yeah.
On RT3.
We're getting
I shouldn't have. I just broke NDA there.
Ryan Tuberty's outside.
There he is.
Thank you for divulging onto the podcast itself.
Okay, so thanks for that, Daragh.
You're welcome, Steve.
Thanks
that was just for you.
Fucking hell. How the fuck am I supposed to talk? No, I'm joking. This week we said we talk about space. One of our patrons, which are on patreon.com.
Oh, really? Is that where the patrons are?
The Lads podcast. Yeah, they all live in a little box there.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, it's actually not even a website. It's literally in the corner of that room. It's patreon.com/the Lads podcast. Okay. So one of them suggested, what about space exploration,
the universe,
things like that, the universe, is there a multiverse, that kind of shite. So
we're gonna try tackle extremely complex theoretical physics about the universe
stuff, like.
It's fucking crazy. I was doing my research the last few mornings. My brain hurt way too early in the day.
Talking about space is really annoying in the universe, especially the universe, because it makes you think how fucking tiny you are, which is quite humbling, but also
it is,
isn't it? Yeah, actually, one thing I love to do too is when there's I've gotten into this recently, is go to space, go to the end of the universe, and just say,
what's it like?
Oh man,
don't talk
can't
about
comprehend it. Like,
literally, your brain
fell down the black hole.
Your physical human brain literally cannot comprehend.
Literally,
brilliant.
Can't. But no, I just actually like looking up at the old stars. Recently, one of our friends likes to do that, and he kind of got me into that recently. He was like, yeah, just looking up at the old stars and having a very mindful moment of like kind of going, all the problems you have, it's like poof.
I've always been doing that since I was a kid.
Yeah,
on a clear night, step out the back, have a look up at the stars.
It's nice, man. It's
eat really, a load of magic mushrooms and
just
trip
smoke
out.
a shitload of hash. It's fucking
and just trip.
Class, man.
And all the stars start
and
falling.
Whiskey. And just start
and heroin.
And just so that's something I like doing. Why the fuck did I get to that? Oh yeah, what I don't like, what I find funny about, what it kind of annoys me and frustrates me is when I start thinking about the universe, like which I have over the last few days for this podcast, is when I realize that I'm gonna ignore that. I can't fucking explore it, and no one can.
Man,
we've just got to use a bit of maths.
Let's turn those cans into cans.
Cans, like. But isn't it weird? It's like we'll just never know if all these theories and as far as the telescopes take us.
On that note, I love the way we know. Well, everything's a theory, but fucking gravity's a theory. So
gravity is a fucking theory.
Yeah, gravity doesn't exist. But everything we know about space, time, the start of the universe, the end of the universe, it all comes from maths.
Maths is the language of the universe, man.
Imagine understanding maths. I remember when I was 11, when we were in primary school together, and we had a substitute teacher who went straight into long division, and I cried.
Oh, I remember that. Do you remember the time we nearly all cried in 6th class when we had to do remainders? Remember, like 3 remainder 5 or whatever the fucking few decimal points. We were all like, couldn't get it. And we were like, we're going into secondary school and we won't get it. Everyone had anxiety. Yeah, funny, isn't it?
I nearly failed maths for my leaving cert. But anyway, we move on.
Look at you now, though. Doing
a maths teacher.
A maths teacher. Teaching higher level maths. Like,
bluff your way to the top, lads.
That's it. But isn't it funny? Yeah. It's literally, like, maths will solve everything. Even the fucking... Why is that fucking...
break your leg, maths will solve it.
It will? You could argue that it
Girlfriend broke up with you, maths will solve it.
Well, not that.
Don't know how to do your maths homework?
Maths will solve itself.
No, maths won't solve that.
Maths won't solve it. You've got to solve it.
Maths actually can't solve that, man.
But like, maths is every slope, every...
Will we go back to the very beginning? 1955.
Oh, the Big Bang in 1955. Yeah,
yes,
go on. Let's go for it.
When the space race began. So this is kind of when humans started dipping their toe in the... No, we didn't.
No.
What
about the first telescope?
Galileo and the boys.
Telescope.
Sorry.
1609. The guy in the Netherlands named Super Hans Lippershey. It's Hans Lippershey.
Oh, damn.
Super Hans, of course. He invented the first telescope, yeah.
Lovely.
Sorry, go on.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, that's enough about telescopes.
Well, actually, we've been naming planets from after Greek gods.
Yep.
I think, the reason I say 1955, that's when we literally started going outside of our ozone layer.
Well, isn't it funny how it's hundreds of years in the making, isn't it? Like all these people who made the first telescopes never got to see what we've managed to do now.
It took hundreds of years to make Sputnik, man.
Yeah.
So, started in August 2nd, 1955. They threw something into space, I assume. They launched Sputnik 1 in October 1957.
1957. Can I just check my notes here and see?
Oh, are you fact checking me now?
I'm fact checking you, lad. Okay, I believe you because I don't know. Go on.
Yeah, I can read Wikipedia as well, man. Yuri Gagarin, first man in space, April 1961.
Yeah.
Valentina.
12th of April, was it?
All right. Valentina Tereshkova, June 1963.
Yeah.
First man and woman in space. And then the Yanks decided they won it when they threw a bunch of lads up into the moon. Apollo 11.
Did they?
1969.
Do you think they fucking did, man?
I mean, they got the first man to the moon, but the Soviets, got the first thing into space, the first dog, the first man, the first woman, but they didn't step foot. But the Yanks declared victory even when they've lost, so to be honest.
Did they actually fucking set foot on the moon, do you reckon? Do you believe in the moon landing?
No, that's fake, man. That's obviously fake.
Yeah, conspiracy.
COVID-19 doesn't exist.
Well, if there's a Wikipedia
5G made me lose my hair.
Exactly, yeah. No, I'm messing, of course. I think the moon landing fucking happened.
Well, it didn't, you fucking liberal cuck.
What's your thoughts on the moon landing? Seriously.
Fair play to them, I guess.
Yeah.
A bit of bouncing around on the moon.
Bit of bouncing around, singing a song.
Yeah,
Is that what he did, didn't he?
Well,
sung a bit of a tune, like.
Buzz Aldrin decked a guy a few years ago, like a moon landing denier, came up to him, and he's been about 5 decades of being told he didn't go to the moon. He just punched him square in the face.
Is he alive still?
Yeah, Buzz Aldrin's still kicking.
So Neil Armstrong died recently?
He died, on the moon.
But the funny thing is, how they got on the moon.
They actually forgot him.
That's how they got on the moon.
He was off bouncing around. They were just like,
oh fuck,
Neil!
We can't go back. Apollo 11 is taking off.
We'll send Apollo 12 to get you. They didn't.
Here's a moon fact.
Oh, wow.
Did you know there's no atmosphere on the moon? Did you know that?
What?
Isn't that a fact? Which means there's no wind to erode the surface and no water to wash away the footprints. So those fucking footprints
are still up there.
Still up there, and they will be for how long?
Man, that's
how long?
Oh,
millions of years.
I was going to say thousands, but
it's millions of years apparently. Yeah, maybe forever.
That's some first class shit, man. I want better moon facts. What's it made out of?
Cheese.
Oh, fuck.
What is it made out of?
Cheese. You got it right. No, that was it. Boy. What do you know about the Big Bang?
The Big Ride. That's the first ride
the Big
ever.
Ride,
yeah.
Yes.
Go back to the second episode of the Lads podcast, the first dating
well
tips from the lads.
That was a good sentence. Well done.
Sorry, go on. That was look, if you've been listening the whole time, you'll know what I meant. Go on.
When was that? When was it?
8 BC.
Yeah, well done.
The flat September the 4th.
Yeah, we made those jokes already.
Billions of years ago. Millions.
How many billion? No, millions. Yeah.
8 billion.
13.8 billion years ago.
That's what I said. 13.8 billion
That is
years
what you
ago.
said. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Good man.
But yeah, that's when everything came into existence. What's your opinion? Do you think there was something before the Big Bang?
Yes, I'd love to hear what you're about to tell me.
No, I was asking you a question.
Oh, no, I don't so.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you had something to say. You set that up as if you had something to fucking say.
I want a conversation, like.
Do I think there was something before the Big Bang? I mean, yeah, there was obviously. It's not like...
Obviously?
Well, not obviously, but... Well, okay, wow, let's talk about the fucking Big Bang. What the fuck was the Big Bang exactly, so?
It was
go on.
Oh, God, I don't have the fucking dictionary, but it's like a huge...
The dictionary.
Massive expansion of gas.
Yeah.
That was it at once. It was a singularity. It was that moment of the Big Bang was a singularity.
Yes.
Before that, we don't know. Now, I was looking into this, and there's some fucking crazy shit. So,
was there matter before that? You see, is what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? Was there something?
Maybe.
You know?
Right. Well, it is possible that the transition at the Big Bang could have been smooth enough for a previous universe to have survived it. Maybe there was a universe before the Big Bang. Have you ever heard of the Big Crunch?
Yeah, that's one of the fates of the universe, isn't it?
Yes.
That's how one of the possible ways the universe is going to end, isn't it?
So for our listeners, what the Big Crunch is, it's a hypothetical scenario for the ultimate fate of the universe, in which the expansion of the universe eventually reverses.
Yes.
And the universe recollapses, but then creates another Big Bang.
Oh yeah, so it starts again.
In theory, and this
so is it a cycle?
Essentially, the universe could be on an infinite cycle of Big Bang and Big Crunch, and this is called and this is known as the Big Bang. Fuck. Damn. And this is known as the Big Bounce.
The Big Bounce. That was the one.
It's all very silly, and I can't imagine big NASA scientists saying it. I mean. That blew my mind. That's something I didn't know about the Big Crunch and the Big Bang. But eventually it stops, recedes, and bang, starts again. So who says our Big Bang was the start of all space, time, and everything? Maybe it was just one of them, the infinite resets.
Yeah.
God, I would fucking love to know. Everything has to start. Or does it? Is that just a human concept?
Well, time,
what's beginning?
Yeah, but time is also irrelevant in a lot of parts of the universe. Time and space don't exist.
Time is
black holes.
Time is something we came up with to track,
Yeah, but our
movement through space.
Reality is different, and you know what I mean. So it's.
I mean, my human brain wants to know. Everything is finite. Everything lives and dies. Stars, us.
Yeah.
Well, not you. You're gonna live forever.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like the Big Bang. You'll grow up, but then you'll go Benjamin Button, go back to the start, and then give birth again. You'll just keep going.
Sounds alright, yeah.
It's grand,
I am the fucking Messiah.
You are the Big Bounce, Steve Big Bounce Collins. Oh God, yeah. When you really think about it, like, when was all this created? And I guess that's why the
headache is starting.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But then some people that they just go, God. It was God.
Yeah, the easy way out. Believe in fucking God.
Yeah.
Come on, delve into the fucking complicated, incomprehensive shit, lads. I actually would love to think that that's the crack, though, that it's a cycle.
Yeah, and then it's infinite.
Do you believe in the multiverse?
It's hard to say. I would have before, and I was looking into it. And there's much more skepticism. The reason why
it's
is because
theory. It's a
but
complete
that's the thing.
hypothetical.
Yes, because they can't base it off anything else. Whereas at least with the Big Crunch and Big Bang, they can look at the stars are moving this way and space and time work this way.
Somewhat.
Big maths, big brain, big galaxy brain.
Yeah.
Shit. But with multiverse, it's
no
guessing.
Real evidence.
There's no real evidence.
It's it's total theory. And
obviously Spider-Man Enter the Multiverse was one of the best Spider-Man films of all time.
Oh yes.
And I look forward to seeing more of that.
That was great, actually.
It was
the
brilliant.
Spider-Verse. Yeah, the I don't know about the multiverse, to be honest. I think it's a bit. I think we've got enough with this universe here to be chatting about, like. But then again, I also like, before I would have thought that's such a cool, that makes sense, but not makes sense, but see, none of this makes fucking sense.
So George Ellis wrote in 2011 that he accepts that the multiverse is thought to exist far beyond the cosmological horizon, and he emphasized that it is theorized to be so far away that it is unlikely that any evidence will ever be found. The fucking Cosmological Horizon. Did I
But the
write-
multiverse, is that the idea that there's multiple universes? Like you've got, let's say, let's just try visualize this.
You can't really.
I know, but I know, but let's say we've just got a load of fucking space here, and there's our universe here, and there's another universe here and here and
No,
here.
no,
Is that
it
the
would.
idea?
No, the idea is that
Loads of universes.
it's in different planes of reality.
Oh yeah.
Think Doctor Strange, man. You know,
Oh.
going into different planes of reality. That's the whole idea. Is that there are
Yeah, that's it. But
infinite.
yeah, I'm just trying to put it in really, really simple terms. You know what I mean?
But that's wrong. Saying that it's one's here, so that you can travel to them. You wouldn't be
no,
able
I
to
know
travel
you would because
physically.
it's alternate exactly.
Alternate, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
I
was
think
just trying to
the Cosmological
simplify it.
Horizon. I think what that is that is as further than the Cosmological Horizon means anything past that we cannot gather information. It is so far away in space and time that we can't get anywhere near getting information.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Fuck.
the edge of the galaxy, basically past the edge of the galaxy. Because when you think about it, the universe is expanding.
Yeah.
So, what's it expanding into?
Big crunch. Yeah, but that's the
What
thing.
are we
What's
inside? Are we inside something? This is the brain hurting podcast.
I get this feeling that I don't know. Is it just constant? Oh fuck. Oh, sorry. You just get these moments when you talk about this kind of shit.
What you make of black holes, boy?
Oh, class. I was in one once.
Really? What was it like?
Yeah, it was good crack actually. Yeah.
What you get up to?
Well, I fell down it forever and ever and ever.
I think how it would work is if you now obviously we couldn't because not even fucking light can escape it. Even gamma radiation, I think just literally nothing can, and we would be absolutely destroyed and ripped to shreds. But let's say you're Superman. I'm sure Superman.
I
Could
can't
probably
wait to
go into
disagree
one.
with you here, but go on. I'll let you speak
Okay,
first, and then I'll.
but the idea is actually you go into it, and how it would actually work is as you pass the event horizon, which is essentially where the big hole starts.
Yeah.
The wormhole, I guess, what people are thinking what a black hole is. So the universe would start to kind of like, let's say, go above you, like if you're looking up into the sky, and then go off behind you and into a little, essentially, little circle.
That's what you're viewing from your...
as you go into the black hole.
As you're falling down the
and
black
as
hole.
you go in further into it, it becomes a smaller and smaller dot as you eventually go to black. And we have no idea. They don't know what the story is with black holes.
And what happens in a black hole? Do you stretch out and burn and all that?
I don't think they really know. I think yes, everything. You just let your matter would be absolutely destroyed.
Yes. Okay.
That's the thing. Like light, man. Light gets fucking sucked in and eaten up.
Yeah.
How would something with matter survive? It wouldn't.
I don't know.
I would.
Okay, so let me go into that. So from something I was reading, this could be bull, but let's pretend it's not.
Cool.
A lot of this is going to be me reading out a few bits, if that's all right.
That's all right. Go for it.
So let's enjoy this because I found this fucking class.
Cool.
Right. So what would happen if you fell into a black hole? Okay. So you might expect to be crushed or maybe torn to pieces, but reality is stranger than that, isn't it?
Yes.
So the instant you enter a black hole, reality would split in two. In one, you would be instantly incinerated, and in the other, you would plunge into the black hole utterly unharmed. Right?
Ooh.
So let's say...
So reality splits in two.
Yeah. Okay. So
how does it do that?
We'll get into this. This is crazy stuff.
How does it do that?
Basically, this is hard, but basically, let's imagine you, okay? You and me are there, Daragh.
Oh, the lads.
You're watching. The lads are at the black hole. Fuck, there it is. Here we go now.
Okay, so are we on the event horizon, or are we just looking at it from a distance, a couple of light years away?
You're looking at it, right? But I'm falling into it. So you're observing the whole thing.
You're on the event horizon. And I can see you from...
You can see me falling into it.
From a couple of light years away.
Yeah, well, we'll just...
You'd have to be far away because they are massive.
I know, but let's pretend,
Okay, big telescope, okay.
Yeah, exactly, but you got your telescope there. You're sorted. So, I'd fall into the black hole, and what would you see? What would you see me? What would you see happening to me? As you go deeper into a black hole space...
Would it look like you're staying still?
No.
Okay.
No. To you... I'd be fucking absolutely. So look, I'll take it a step back.
Okay.
As you go deeper into the black hole, space becomes more curvy until it becomes infinitely curved. This is the singularity, yeah?
Yeah.
So space and time cease to become meaningful ideas, okay? And
Well, they're not anyway, but...
I know, but... And the laws of physics as we know them, which require space and time, no longer apply. So there's no concept of time or space.
Man, they were fucking
anything.
Keeping me down.
Yeah, so it's a mystery. They were weighing you down actually, and I meant to talk to you about that, Daragh. We need to get you away from this space and time shit here. Like you need to
what, man?
think black holes, man.
I think my life would be a lot better without the laws of physics.
I think if you just
My God,
instantly
this
fallen
makes
in a black hole.
This makes sense.
See, we're solving your life out here, lads.
Brilliant.
So
I'm delighted now. Sorry, go on.
You're fine. So what happens if you accidentally fall into I'm reading this out. If you
Whoops!
shit,
Oh,
the
no!
black hole, light years away. Right. So okay. So you watch in horror as I plunge towards the black hole.
Well, horror.
Yeah, you're delighted. Like while you remain safe
Okay.
outside it. Okay, from where you're floating, things are going to get weird. Okay. So as I accelerate towards the event horizon, you see me stretch and contort as if you were viewing me.
As you would you anyway.
Yeah, as if you were viewing me through a giant magnifying glass, right? So the closer you get to the horizon, closer I get to the horizon, the more I appear in like slow motion and shit. It's all because reality's all gone in there now, like no space, no
Don't
time.
need it.
Gone. I can't contact you or anything because I'd be like speaking in
Because
slow
you left your
motion.
phone on Earth.
I left my phone on Earth, like, you know, so can't contact you, like. Okay, so when I reach the horizon, then
Right.
I freeze. Okay.
Okay.
So it's like someone's literally. I just stop. So that's what you're on about there, where I'm doing nothing. It's
Okay.
just suddenly all you can see
Time
is
stops.
me.
For
Not
you.
even there's no time
For me,
there's
it
no
looks like
in
time
there.
stops.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
As far as you're concerned, this is where we're getting to the two
Very good.
reality thing. So
forward to
I'm
this.
just fucking plastered there, motionless, stretched across the surface as a growing heat starts to engulf me, and eventually I burn, obliterate into a crisp. Right? Okay.
Pity.
Yeah, Chris. So I'm reduced to fucking ash. Okay. So now let's forget about you for a moment. Okay. So you've seen me burn. You've seen me stretch, contort, freeze, and just burn, and I'm gone.
Oh no,
Okay.
Steve.
No. What happens to me though? I just keep falling forever and ever, and I'm actually technically unharmed. Yeah. This is known as Einstein's. What did he call it? Let me get that now. This is known as Einstein's happy.
This doesn't sound very
Happiest
happy.
Happiest thought. You're just falling, and theoretically, nothing's wrong with you. You're just falling, and there's
forever.
pretty
But
much.
then again, that's where wormhole. Fuck.
Well, eventually, if it's a big, let's just call this a big black hole, big enough to, you know, you're not gonna. It's gonna take 80 years or whatever because it's so massive. You'll just die of natural causes in there.
Well, I
You
mean-
can live out a normal life in a black hole, is what I'm saying, Daragh.
You know what, man? I'm not going to be told what to do.
You just
like,
start adapting to the fact that you're always falling, like, you know. It's grand. But okay, so you know, because the event horizon isn't a fucking brick wall floating in space. It's all
nothing.
It's all perspective, isn't it? But that's not my problem anymore. But I'm falling down. As far as I'm concerned, there's no horizon.
unless it's a wormhole, because wormhole theory. Unless you end
but
up
at the
at the other side of the universe, coming out of another black hole or something
but
like that.
that's different. Let's or else if it's a smaller black hole, then we have to worry about that.
Just
but
the
let's
small
just say
one
it's
you'd
a
have
big
in the
one.
kitchen anyway. You know, it's cool, man. It's
So
cool.
I could live out the rest of my life dying pretty normally before dying at the singularity.
Live out a pretty normal life.
falling
you know?
life through the thing. Basically, yeah, black holes, they warp space and time so it's fucking extremely that like they kind of space and time kind of swap roles, if that makes sense. It doesn't, but let's just say it does.
Okay,
So
I'm on board.
it really is, in a sense, it's really time that pulls you towards the singularity. Yeah.
Right, you lost me. That's
So
me gone now.
You can't turn around and escape the black hole or whatever.
Never
or
could anyway. I wasn't expecting to. You
Just
know.
in case you could float up. Okay, so what's wrong with you now? Let's go back to you. So that's
I'm
what happened
sad
to me.
that you're gone.
I'm
You're dead.
I'm fucking gone. As far as you're concerned, I
I'm
turned
dead.
to ash.
Yeah.
No, you're alive
Yeah.
somehow. You're just there.
Okay.
But as far as you're concerned, I've died. I've burnt to ash. But really, I'm just like, got another 80 years of falling here. You know. So I'm
you're-
living to 106. Yeah.
I was like, fucking grand life, man.
Yeah. So I'm chilling inside the black hole. You're surrounded by nothing weirder than empty space.
Okay.
And you're planning my funeral, and you're like, right, I gotta try and gather up Steve's ashes
How
there.
am I going to explain this to his parents?
Steve. But so we might think like, how the fuck are you losing your mind because you've just seen me burn, but I haven't actually burnt? No, it's actually quite reasonable from your point of view. I've really burnt to the crisp at the horizon. It's not actually an illusion. This happened as far as you're concerned. Okay, you literally witnessed it. You're not seeing things.
Okay.
You actually could if possible, you could actually take my ashes and my ashes would be there.
Right.
Okay, do you get me? This is where it gets really weird.
So you multiplied.
Not really, kind of. As in space and time works so fucking differently in a black hole that I'm kind of in two places at once.
Thanks, I hate it.
Okay. So, the laws of nature require that I remain outside the black hole as seen from your perspective. Yeah? Do you get me? I haven't really entered. I've just, at the horizon of it, I've burnt.
Yeah.
Because... That's only because quantum physics demands that information can't be lost.
Oh, God, they're very demanding, aren't they?
Yeah, well, think about the black holes, quantum physics. So every bit of information that accounts for my existence has to stay outside the horizon. Okay?
Because, yeah, okay, yeah, I get that.
Lest your laws of physics become broken. But on the other hand, the laws of physics also require that I sail through the horizon without encountering hot particles or anything out of the ordinary. Otherwise, I'd be in violation of Einstein's happiest thought and his theory of general relativity. Okay, so let's just imagine I just fell normally. No shit got in my way. Okay, so the law. This will get good now. The laws of physics require that both of us are outside the black hole in a pile of ashes, and inside the black hole I'm alive and well, right?
Yeah.
So you're not in ashes, I'm in ashes.
We've covered this, yes.
I know, I'm just reiterating it because it's fucking weird, okay? But there's a third law of physics that says information can't be cloned, okay? So I have to be in two places, but there's only one copy of me, okay? The laws of physics point towards a conclusion that seems kind of paradoxical, nonsensical or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it says here, physicists call this infuriating conundrum the black hole information paradox. But, Daragh, we thought we'd end it there, not until the 1990s when they found a way to resolve it. Leonard Susskind, so our friend earlier, we mentioned Leonard who likes looking at the stairs, he solved this in 1980. You realise that there's no paradox at all, actually, right?
Yeah.
Because no one person ever sees my clone will say, of me, where I've literally, me falling in the black hole. Yeah? You only see one copy of me. I only see one copy of me. The two of us can never compare notes. I can't escape the black hole.
Yeah.
Okay? And there's no third observer who can see both inside and outside the black hole simultaneously. So no laws of physics are technically broken at all.
Really wish you'd fall into a black hole.
Unless, so we could test this and get our third observer. Right. DM us if you want to be our third observer. You must subscribe to The Lads Podcast. That is patreon.com/The Lads Podcast.
Yes.
50 quid a month, that's all. Yeah, so that's the thing. No laws of physics are broken is where I came from. Unless you demand to know which story is really true. Me floating forever, happy out 80 years, or me burnt to ashes and you crying over them in the middle of space, planning my funeral, saying, how will I tell his parents? Okay? Am I really dead or am I really alive? Okay?
I don't care.
You do? The great secret that black holes have revealed to us is that there is no reality. Reality depends on who you ask. There's your reality and there's my reality. End of fucking story. So
I'm sick of hearing about black holes, right? And I wish they would just evaporate.
Okay.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
Because they can.
Can they?
Yep.
I don't know. Is there actually more?
If Hawking's theory of black hole radiation is correct, black holes shrink and evaporate over time. Takes
oh shit,
billions of years, but
evaporate.
Yeah, they can. Literally. That's about it.
That was way better than my fucking big long rant.
See, Steve tells the story and the story's story and the story's mother. I get straight to the point.
It was too mad though. I had to go through every bit of that there.
In fairness to you.
And I tried to remember it, but I ended up kind of having to read through it. It was fucking weird. I like that though. I like black holes now. There's actually way more on this, but I didn't even get to it. I didn't even get to it because it fucking hurt my head. Do you know Venus, right?
Not personally, but
you do.
I know
man.
of Venus.
Your man, he's up there, the brightest fella in the star.
Oh,
in
yeah.
the sky. Fuck. Venus, right? One day on Venus is longer than one of our years. I did not fucking know that.
Really?
Yeah, how the fuck is that? How you say Steve, Venus is next to us? The fuck you on about?
Well, it's still closer to the sun, like, so
yeah, but
days work differently.
I know,
like
but
a Pluto day goes on for ages.
Oh, of course, but you think what the fuck? Like a Mars day is only a bit longer than ours, so how the fuck? Or 2 days, or I don't know what the fuck.
They have daylight savings on Mars, man.
Oh, they do.
Mars savings.
That's where we got it from. Venus has a slow axis rotation. Okay, so it takes 243 Earth days to complete its day.
Wow.
Yes, very slow. So
what do you think about dark energy?
Okay, yeah, fuck Venus. Tell me about fucking dark energy.
What do you think about
dark matter, or dark energy?
Dark energy. I don't think there's any difference between that and dark matter.
Well, yeah, because matter is fucking solid, liquid, gas.
Yeah.
And a bit of plasma, isn't it?
Yeah, that's matter.
That's matter.
And then
what's dark matter? So
I think dark matter is essentially
black holes.
It's
what they're made of.
Dark energy, anyway. Whether they're the same or not, I don't fucking know, and I don't even know what they are. But as far as I'm aware, they kind of are what control and move the universe. That's what dark energy is. What's expanding the universe is what pushing it out.
Oh,
so
wow.
Assuming that dark energy continues to make the universe expand at an accelerating rate, right? In 150 billion tears. Now I wrote down tears, but I meant years. So in 150 billion tears or tears, whatever way you want to read it. Galaxies outside the local supercluster.
What the fuck? The local supercluster?
Yeah, that's everything. That's our fucking all the galaxies within Galaxy Land, right?
So that's not the universe.
Maybe.
Okay, let's call it. Okay, let's.
The local supercluster.
The face value. Okay, local supercluster.
Yes,
go on.
Will pass beyond the Cosmological Horizon. Remember we talked about that earlier. Yeah. Which is the furthest distance which one could possibly retrieve information.
Fuck.
Oh, that didn't really go anywhere.
Hereby well done. You tried.
What do you plan on doing in the next 4 to 8 billion years?
I was thinking of heading off to Benidorm and doing out my retirement there, for the next million years.
Well, if the restrictions have, eased up by
if
then.
the COVID restrictions have lifted, if the pandemic's over.
If COVID's gone in 8
Jesus,
billion
talking
years.
with the universe just made me think, God, all this pandemic has been such a big part of my life for a while. I'm like, what about the big crunch though, lads? That's on its way.
Will you put on a tinfoil hat and run around town and say, guys, the big crunch is coming? Start shaking people.
Stop wearing masks, the big crunch.
A mask won't protect you from the big crunch bite. It won't. Ain't nothing stopping that.
Wouldn't you love to be alive for the big crunch though, Daragh?
I will be.
Just to say, this is the end of the universe. I got to reach the end.
In 4 to 8 billion years from now, right? The Milky Way and the Andromeda, that's the one. And the Andromeda galaxies will merge into one because they are actually heading towards each other at 300 kilometers per second.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's a lot.
Putting it towards each other. And then there'll be either the Milkdromeda or the Mildromeda. The Mildromeda will be one big galaxy.
See, what's funny about that is that's nothing at all saying the end of the universe, like the big crunch. That's so much smaller, okay, but that's probably the end of the end of the Earth, though.
All life on Earth is only has like a couple million years left.
Yeah.
I don't even think billion. Basically, the sun will eventually, it will expand and burn Earth to a crisp, and eventually that'll turn into a red dwarf and eventually die and turn into a black hole.
But for argument's sake, let's say that...
Jeez, we'd want that faster than light travel by then, huh?
But...
FTL.
But let's say for argument's sake that this merging of the two galaxies, let's just say the sun expanding is going to take place after that. So let's say Earth is still kicking then and Donald Trump is still the president of the world.
Because he won't leave office, lads.
Yeah. All right. So when they collide, will that cause enough... I didn't look into this enough, but I heard that before. Will this fucking actually will that be like a little mini bang, or will it just be like, oh yeah, they're there now, they're next to each other, or will it be?
No, eventually, actually, I saw a YouTube video on this before. Eventually, we would see the galaxy get closer and closer, and as each billion years gets
through a telescope, like
until eventually to the naked eye. Eventually, you'll look up and you'll see, that stereotypical thing of a galaxy. That's just going to get... The idea is that's just going to get closer and closer and closer.
From the atmosphere, you're saying?
Well, from looking up into the sky. If let's say, theoretically, the sun and the Earth are still going in the couple of billion years... actually, yes. No. We will survive. That's what we're going to miss, is we're literally going to see it get closer and closer until it becomes... We're inside it.
Fuck, I can't wrap my head around this.
Okay. You know what a galaxy looks like? You know, if the artist's depiction of a galaxy, right?
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back, last shot, like they're looking at the galaxy.
Good man, you brought Star Wars into it.
I had to, like.
And like, don't worry, yeah, exactly.
That's okay, that's a good one.
So
that's a good Star Wars
and you
movie.
see the Ductu, right? And it's been a few weeks.
Go on. You fucking plonker.
You don't want to know what the Ductu is?
The Ductu is the galaxy on the way. All this time, lads, the Ductu
is the Andromeda Galaxy.
Is the Andromeda
Galaxy. We found out what the Ductu is.
Will you pass me the fucking Andromeda Galaxy there? Andromeda?
I can't.
It's on its way.
It's coming. It'll be there in 8 billion years.
Go on, talk about this shit.
Yeah, but how would it work? Okay, so you know the artist's depiction.
Yeah.
Essentially, if you're looking up at the night sky or the day sky, whatever, let's say night sky because it's easier to see. You'll just see that galaxy get closer and closer.
So it's obviously billions of light years away, but you can technically,
but it's
visible.
We're heading towards each other,
so
and in 3 billion years we'll see it, and then another billion years they'll be closer and closer and closer until we're just kind of in it. They'll just kind of slip to kind of.
Oh, so it won't be much of a. They'll just merge smoothly.
Maybe we hope it's a smooth transition, but look, you never know how politics, man.
I know, you see, that's the thing. That's crazy.
Yeah, and if you want to know how it all ends, now we did say that it would go on forever, so maybe it's all contradictory. I don't know. In between 100 trillion and 10 duodecillion years, star formation will end. Stars will stop being made.
Why?
They ran out of materials in the factory. I'd know by.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
And maybe do we start? Is that where the big crunch starts? I don't know.
I feel like this is smaller. This is just our galaxy, like, yeah. Like the universe is so many.
Well, that's very true. Yeah.
I think the big crunch is literally the whole. Like, I don't think they're working in conjunction with each other. I don't think the universe is chatting to the Milky Way about this. It's all politics, man. You know.
Man, fucking. The Milky Way is just the worker on the factory floor.
Do you know what I mean? The universe is the 1%.
The CEO.
Jeff, like, it's Warren Buffett, man.
He's the universe.
He's the universe, and he's not chatting to his worker, the Milky Way. That's just the worker. Like.
It's just the worker. You know? Ant. He steps on and then eats because he's into that sort of thing.
Yes. Yeah, so that's it. So we're all going to die.
But the universe will live on until it eventually dies.
Until that even dies.
No.
Starts again,
the
maybe.
Universe gets to live on forever. Cheating bastard.
Cheating fucker.
Cheating death.
Why can't I have that much years? Like, why do I have to?
'Cause you're a fucking mortal human, unfortunately.
Mortal, boy. Hate being mortal.
If you had to be anything else that wasn't a human, what would you be?
I'd be a neutron star.
Okay. Why so?
A neutron star is the densest and tiniest star.
How big?
In the known universe.
Okay.
Okay, they have a radius of about 10 kilometers. How much miles is that? Quick. How much miles?
1.
10. I'll try again. 10 kilometers. How much miles is that? Guess.
6.5.
6. Just under 6.
No, damn.
6 miles. You better know that because it's coming up in the test later.
Oh, fuck, there's a test. Oh, no, sir.
They have a mass, though, of a few times.
Oh, you've got a mass as well.
No.
Oh.
Is there anything to be said for another mass? Oh, God, I love saying mass.
Is there anything to be said for another neutron star?
But they have mass a few times the size that of the sun. Okay, so fucking loads of mass.
Really dense.
They're tiny.
Jesus.
Dense as fuck, man. They're so fucking
like you.
Heavy.
Stadia.
Heavy.
Dense prick.
They can rotate up to 60 times per second after they're
And so can I.
After
see me on a night out on the club.
After they're born from a core collapse supernova star.
Is that where they come from?
Star explosion.
They spin on out.
And they've been known to spin as fast as 600 to 712 times per second because of their physics.
Yeah, that's what I do in Secret Garden. I spin around 600 times a second.
Yeah, you should see him.
The women are like, whoa.
Whoa, I can't see him.
Whoa, is that a neutron star or am I seeing things? And they come up to me and they'd be like, oh my God, are you a neutron star?
Imagine a neutron star. Let's just imagine. Let's defy the laws of physics. Imagine there was one in our atmosphere because look, it's only 10k, man. It's only up there. Like
he's up there looking for attention.
But imagine he's just spinning like fuck.
I'd be like, I'm trying to sleep, man, because he's a star. He'd be incredibly bright.
Yeah. Fact or fiction?
Fact. Fiction.
This is coming up in the test.
This is.
If you uncoil each strand of DNA in each cell of a human body and line them from end to end, right?
Would this take ages? Yes.
Is this true or false?
True.
Would they be
Next
long
question.
enough? Would they be long enough to stretch from the sun to Pluto? True or false?
Further. True.
Fuck. How'd you know that?
I've done it.
Isn't that you've stretched it? What human did you kill? Isn't that cool? DNA. How fucking there you go. We're talking about how big the universe is, right? And how tiny we are, which we are.
Man, your longest intestine. Fucking, you take that out. That goes for ages.
That's only a kilometer. No, that's only a bit like.
But man,
it's only if you want.
Let's say you're a cowboy. Okay.
Why does it have to be a cowboy? We're talking about DNA. Go on.
Let's say you're a cowboy.
Okay.
And your horse has escaped. You're in the middle of the desert. You have no other way to get back home, right? Your lasso is on the horse. You go, oh fuck, what'll I do? Just get out your knife, rip open your stomach, take out your intestine, make it into a lasso. Horse is back. Sorted.
Why don't you just do that with your DNA? Then you just get a horse
right,
from the other side of the world.
No, man. The horse is gone. But it's been a while you didn't nap and it's gone past Pluto. You're like, oh, fuck, how do I get my horse back?
Imagine
take out all your DNA.
Unravel all that DNA. But it would probably break so easily. It'd be so tiny and, oh, fuck. But look, it's only in theory. But it's, look.
I think this is officially broken me.
Right, 1 second there. Here's another one. Right. The sun. What color is the sun?
White.
Oh fuck! I want to say yellow.
I've been watching space shit since I was a kid. I know my stuff.
Let's do a controversial one.
Okay.
Astrology can predict your personality or the future. Fact or fiction? Horoscopes and stuff.
I mean,
for all my Virgos and my Libras and my Sagittariuses.
Fact?
No, fiction. Because I don't have a strong opinion on horoscopes and star signs and all that.
We should do a podcast on it.
Yeah, I would like to actually.
Astrology.
I'd like
would you like to hear us?
Would you like that?
Please comment on our web zone.
I would like to actually look into it because I'm a Virgo, so I look up my Virgo traits. I come across them. I'm not madly interested into it, but I'm like, if I get talking to someone about it, I'm like, yeah, I get what you mean. I get the compatibility thing between certain ones. I see some girls'
bios on Twitter that says Mercury rising Virgo / something, and I don't understand what it means, and I'm sure there's a whole thing behind it, so I think that would be a fun one to study
absolutely.
And do a podcast on.
But a lot of the population, I don't know the figure, I'd say a lot more though than
90%.
Yeah, they really believe this, and I know a lot of people
we know,
a lot of people I know are like, yeah, this is fact for me, man.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like, and as I say, I only know bits and bobs. I know Virgo traits, and I go, yeah, I do have them. Like, you know, I'm like, so it's like, But
the funny thing is, it's arbitrary because
I know that's the thing.
Time, we invented the calendar.
Yes.
Then again,
no, it's based. It's based upon
Well, maybe it's more simpler. Maybe it's simpler than that. Maybe it's a case of you're born a certain time of year, and maybe it's the temperature.
It's stuff.
The season, the environment around you, which forms you. So maybe when you're born or your birthday's at this time of year, you're cold or hot. And
that's 100% it.
So maybe it's nothing to do with the moon, the sun, the stars. It's actually just because it's cold in December.
I can get behind it, but I think it's probably more about
I'd like to know more.
You're really, I mean, you say you're formed by the temperature when you were born, all that, but really no, you're informed by your fucking parents' behavior. You know, do you know what I mean? Like, I can get behind bits of it because I'd like to know more. Anyway, basically what I'm saying is apparently it's fiction because there's no scientific evidence to back it up. But a lot of people believe it's true, and it's not something I could go, no, that's bullshit. I'm like, all right, maybe.
I don't know.
I'd like to look more into it at some stage. Would you?
Yeah.
We do that
We'll do a podcast on it.
Want us to talk about that?
Astrology.
At the start of the podcast, I said that I started off saying something that I said I'd say at the end. We actually said that when we were talking about the black hole thing, so that was more, 2/3 of the way through.
Yes.
About the two Steves. Didn't we mention that at the start?
Oh, no, another one.
See, no, not another one. I'm just talking about it because I planned.
Oh, sorry, Astronaut Steve and Real Steve, yes.
Yeah, real Steve falling in the black hole and Steve outside the black hole.
Very good.
So just said, when I said to you at the start that it will make sense at the end, I actually meant it would make sense 2/3 of the way through the podcast, but I didn't know how it was going to go because I had a feeling we'd end on that point, but we didn't. We're ending on this point.
And
Daragh, what do you think of space?
It's like there's two Daraghs. There was the Daragh that, would have listened to you there, the Daragh that's here that just zoned out and didn't listen to a word you just said.
Exactly. So thanks very much for listening to the Lads podcast.
Or not listening to the Lads podcast.
Or watching the Lads podcast.
Or not watching and listening listening to the
or
Lads
fucking
podcast.
being there while the Lads podcast is being recorded. If you like what we're doing, please share it to friends or word of mouth. Talk to people. Just say, "Here, bye, Lads podcast." You know what they are. Your last two brain cells, chewing gum for the ears or the eyes if you watch us. Bit of crack, bit of harmless fun. You know. But you can if you want to support us financially, as we always say,
just slip €50 under Steve's door.
Yeah, just here, you know where my door is. Come on, you can see it, like, so you don't need an address. Patreon.
I thought you got rid of your door.
Oh yeah, I don't use doors anymore or windows. You know, I just seal the whole thing in, and I warp reality to get into it. I just
tune in next week. Steve and I will maybe do a good podcast. We haven't done one yet.
No. First one.
Maybe next week will be our first good podcast.
Yeah.
But probably not.
Who knows?
And that's fine.
You'll just have to keep listening until they get good. Right? You're here for the long run. No, thanks a million, guys. Sincerely mean that. And,
I'm going to go off and jump into a fucking black hole.
May as well, boy.
Yeah.
You know, I'll have a look
I heard it's a good time.
Yeah. There'll be 2 Darraghs then. There'll be the ones I have in ash.
Yeah.
And I'll roll that up in a joint and smoke it.
Brilliant.
And
me just falling forever.
Yeah,
maybe I'll see Second
out.
Steve.
You might find him. Wouldn't that be poetic?
Hopefully not. See you next week, guys.
See ya.